I've got a nice Brook Crompton motor here, a Griffin motor. The trouble with it is, I don't quite know what's happened to the shaft. It looks like somebody's had a file to it to make it smaller. What I've got to do is build that up and make it so it fits that pulley. Or at least build it up to a standard size. It's a simple enough job to weld it up and remachine it, except I've got to strip the motor. You can't do it with the motor built. I'll get a close up of that shaft and then we'll take the motor apart. There it is in all its glory. They've obviously had that running and they've had a file or a grinder on there. It's actually running fairly true, but it is what it is, you know. These are long studs, nuts and bolts that go all the way through. At least you can strip and repair these motors. Some of the more modern ones are kind of sealed for life, and the life isn't very long. You'd think I had no spanners or sockets, you know. Anyway. Right, we better have a look inside of here where the wires go. I'll probably do something with that as well. I've just going to put a couple of pop marks on the motor to make sure it goes back in the same place, and somebody is beating us to it. It's already been centre punched, which means it's been to bits before. The front end should come off first. I'm not quite sure what happens with the back end with the wiring. It should split from there. Definitely signs of movement there. I'm hoping this comes off and leaves the armature in place. Definitely signs of movement. Right, so that's the front part off. I think the wires have got to come off, and I think this comes off. I don't see how you can get, I don't know. Have a little exploratory. Right. Armature's got to come out that way. I'm not quite sure what is holding this on because I'll be brushes and things in there. Right. It's actually coming out, the whole thing's coming out this way. Right. This is interesting. There's a governor in there as well. Right, so the wires will be disconnected from here, the field windings, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to put a new mains lead on here, so I'm just going to cut the wires and leave a little bit of colour on each one so I know where they go. I've got live, neutral, and the earth. That's that disposed of. If I take those two screws out, I'm hoping that bastard, did you see that go inside there? You clumsy twat, John. Because that one's stuck in there. Come out, right. That's that out. So now, if this gain cap will come off here, then I can see what wires I've got to disconnect from the inside. It's trying to come to bits for us. I don't know if they're holding the key plate in or what they're doing. I don't think they are. Not doing much now. Alright. Okay. So now there's two wires fastened onto the motor that have got to come off. There's one there, just a spade connection, and then we've got this yellow one, which is also a spade connection. Right, so I need to take a picture of this lot. And there's a wire plugged in on this side as well. That's a fort. Right, so that unplugs off there. And then now, this armature should lift out. There it goes. The little tool cutter grinder I've got has the same, exactly the same. I can grip that in the lathe there, put that in the centre and machine it. I don't need to strip all that off. And I would imagine that bearing will be alright, because I'm only going to go up to that part of the shaft with a MIG weld, which will be pretty quick. I'll clean some of the grease off it and go from there. I'm just going to polish this shaft up. That's original size there. Polish it up, see what size it is. It'll probably be 5/8. I would think it'll be a knocking bed. It looks like 5/8. Yeah, 625, so that's a 5/8 shaft, which is all standard stuff. He's not worried about the keyway, he's just going to put a flat on the shaft. I think I'll take a light cut off here to clean it up, and then just weld up to there and turn it back down to 5/8. I think that's what I'll do with it anyway. Unfortunately, I missed some of the, or at least you've missed some of the machining because I didn't start the camera. What happened was I actually damaged the centre in the end of here, so I had to put a fixed steady on, pick the centre up again. I managed to find it again, just knocked the weld off the end and the centre was still there, so we're still good to go. We're just sort of machining the weld down to size now. What I think I'll do is I'll try the pulley on, because the pulley hole is damaged before I get it straight down to original size. That's still tight. I'm going to go down to 5/8 and then we'll go from there. It's a big, gnarly steady that it's actually got a tungsten tip in it. The lad that does hard face and gives it, I don't use it a lot, but when you need something really sturdy, that's the one I use. I've also left the fixed steady on, I might as well, to give it that little bit more support. You don't use a steady very often, but when you need a one, it really is a handy bit of kit. You often find them lying, neglected, rusty in the cupboards under lathes, which is a great shame really. I've got a bit to go. You bastard! A little bit of welding spatter on there. I'm just going to try and get that off with a bit of emery tape very carefully. Just have a bit of room, I think. Kind of through throwing it. Yeah, it's polishing time now, not machining. Obviously I've got no jewellery on, I've got a nice long bit of tape. I don't want to get fastened up in there. Right, the shaft's cooled down now. We'll have a bit more accurate measure. Basically, the bit we've welded up, it's about 1 thou bigger, so I'll give it a little light polish, but that's well within well within tolerance as far as I'm concerned. We'll polish that a little bit more, then that's it. I'm going to put a chamfer on the end of that shaft. It's back together now, it's running quite nicely. Happy with that. I'm not going to show you why on the other end, it wants done properly, but it's running nice and smooth and sweet. The package turned up at work last week, containing this little Parkside bit driver set. I don't know who sent it, but I do really appreciate it. It'll come in very handy. There's some bits in there that I haven't got. I promise I'll look after this one and I'll only use it when I really need to. Somebody also sent us a little socket set Parkside one as well. It's been absolutely splendid. It's good because all the bits are readily available at hand and you can see straight away there's something missing. Once again, thank you very much.